We travel through Norway from south to north with rain and snow, full moon and the northern lights. We start southeast of Oslo as we cross the Swedish border on an autumn day. We visit a rainy Oslo and drive over the wintry Hardangervidda to a drizzly Bergen, along the challenging fjord coast of Southern Norway and the wintry plateaus and mountains of Central Norway. We drive to the Lofoten Islands. There the real winter slowly reveals itself, which we experience more and more until we arrive at the North Cape. Along the way we are treated time and again to the Aurora Borealis, the northern lights. Southern Sweden's autumn forests also extend across the border of Southern Norway, with beautiful, colorful trees, extensive lakes and rugged forests. The city of Oslo provides us with a welcome cultural stopover. We visit the Munch Museum with a versatile exposition of works by Munch and other related artists. Oslo's public library is huge and provides an inspiring workplace for young and old alike. In the evening light of the day, we walk through the Vigeland Park, beautiful statues by the sculptor of the same name. We drive further west in the direction of Bergen. We choose to drive over the Hardangervidda, the plateau between Oslo and Bergen. It seems to be winter here. The river we drive along is frozen here and there. Near Ustauset we find a place for the night. Snow falls here for our first time. We wake up in a white world. We take the Oslo-Bergen train from Ustauset to Myrdal. The train passes through the hamlet of Finse, which we know from Jan Guillau's book The Bridge Builders. We can imagine that the construction of this railway was done under harsh conditions. The landscapes are breathtaking, especially in the freshly fallen snow. In Myrdal, we take a short walk until the train takes us back to Ustauset, where we have parked our car. Then we take the road to Bergen over the Hardangervidda. We find a spot in the parking lot along the main road where quite a bit of snow has already fallen. At night it storms and there's even more snow. In retrospect, we are lucky that we are not snowed in. It always rains in Bergen. We are told this several times when we are on our way to the city. We are lucky. It's a bit drizzly, but we hardly see any real rain. We walk through the city in the footsteps of Edvard Grieg. We visit Edvard Grieg's house later, see this video. The fjords, mountains and plateaus to the north offer an enormous diversity of landscapes and vistas. We take the ferry from Bodø to Moskenes on the Lofoten. It is dark, so we see little of the crossing. In the Lofoten we experience the transition from a rainy autumn to a sparkling winter. This is a group of islands that you must have seen. We make a winter tour of the island of Senja. The island is loved to visit in summer because of the beautiful beaches. Now in winter, it has a dream landscape. On the way, in the parking lot of the Biltema in Finnsnes, we are invited by Remy, the chairman of the Norwegian Land Rover Club, Section North. They have organized an end-of-year weekend and we are allowed to participate. In addition to a lot of fun, there is an excellent buffet. After a long Saturday evening, some participants go home, but there are even more diehards who stay overnight in the cold at -20 centigrade. We receive several technical tips from the experts of this Arctic climate, including about the treatment of our all-season tires. Matthijs and Elke invited us to visit their snow hotel. We are guests at their home for 3 days and experience the construction of one of the snow domes and the ice sculptures. I even lend a hand with the construction of the dome. Construction is sometimes done by hand and sometimes with large equipment. The artists make the most beautiful animal figures out of ice. We see the Northern Lights for the first time when we are guests at the Norwegian Land Rover Club. Torun and Christian from the Land Rover Club invited us to their home. They go with us hunting for the Aurora Borealis in the cold winter nights. We see beautiful moving light images in all kinds of colors in the beautiful clear starry skies. We are lucky with the weather. It is clear for days and we see the aurora several times. Slowly we get closer to the North Cape. We drive carefully but steadily on the snowy roads through the winter polar landscape. On December the 8th, 2021, we leave our overnight stay early in the morning. We meet the crew of the Noordkaap Challenge from the Netherlands and drive with them to the barrier, where we can drive behind the snowplow to the end point at 11 am. At 11:45, we are at the North Cape. The wind is stormy on this Arctic afternoon, and it is -10 centigrade, but it feels like -20. We get icy hands when we take off our gloves to photograph or film. But it's so beautiful to be here.